Okay, let me back up a couple of things that I put out earlier. All right. Well, and since the president was he's using equitable and equity and all this. What does equity mean? Well, I tell you what equitable estate is. The beneficial interest of a cestui trust, the legal ownership being in a trustee. I bet that goes along with that Mort Main, what I was telling you about earlier, huh? Uh-huh. Notice the equity is in the beneficiary, and I'll be damned if they don't use. I told you that you was operating as a trustant. You're putting the legal ownership into the corporation with yourself as the beneficiary. So when we get to the equitable mortgage, what is that all about? The most familiar instance is the deposit of the title deeds of an estate by way of security, which constitutes an equitable mortgage without the execution of any formal mortgage deed, either with or without a memorandum. Although it is better to have one, they don't need one, because all they need is the deed. And when you deposit the deed, that's the equitable mortgage. So, in case you didn't know, an equitable mortgage has nothing, I repeat, not one thing good in it for you. If you've become a party to one of these, you have already lost your property. I know it's sad to hear, but yeah, you have an equitable right of redemption, which means you have the right as mortgager of redeeming your estate after the appointed time for payment has passed, and which right can only be barred by foreclosure. So basically, you got to pay, and then you could, you'd have a chance. Well, what we got here? Yeah, escrow, a deed delivered to a third person conditionally until something is done by the grantor. Till the condition has been performed, the deed has no legal effect. So that's going to be different than your equitable mortgage. Alright then. Till next time. Take care.